Hey everybody. I previously made a video about the Alpine Halo 11 versus the HEIGH10 by Stinger Off-Road, and ever since I installed the HEIGH10, I've been really excited with some of the integrations that it can do. Um, with the Enlight10 series, you can actually control your lights and other accessories through your HEIGH10 radio directly, which is super cool, super slick. I went and got the 4-camera DVR system through the HEIGH10. I got 2 4-foot whip lights, also Enlight10, that controlled through the HEIGH10 system. And then right now what we're gonna cover is I got the 12-pod rock lights. We're gonna go through that kit really quick here. I've already unboxed it and we're just gonna go through some of the stuff. Then I'm gonna install it and show you guys the capabilities of the integration between the HEIGH10 and Enlight10 series for the rock lights. There'll be other series as well. We'll cover the whip lights in another video, and we'll also cover the 4-camera DVR system, which I'm super excited about. So let's get into the rock lights right now. The Stinger 12-pod rock lights to go on this guy right here. I'm prepping him for SEMA, but I want to go ahead and go through some of the features. So it comes in actually 2 boxes. So the first one is going to have the 8 rock lights with some extensions, and then the second box is going to have 4 additional ones. It does come with the remote right here, and then what I did and what you guys are going to need to do is you're going to have to go ahead and make sure that you get this, which is the connector that is compatible, plugs into the HEIGH10 right there. And from that, you're going to be able to go ahead and power your accessories. Now, for this particular kit, let's go over these. You have actually in each pod 2 lights, one there, one there. If you look on the back, you think, oh, 2 pods. No, that's not the case. This is a male and female so that you can easily daisy chain these together to go from basically your hubs to your cab, to your cab, to your hub, to your rear. So you can easily wire these together rather than some of the other ones out there, particularly on Amazon, that have like one little thing and then like super long ass wires. This doesn't do it. It allows you to daisy chain, which is awesome. The housings are really nice as well. So as you can see, it's at an angle. So when I place this right above my tires, for my rock lights, it's going to shoot slightly left, slightly right, illuminate more rather than straight down like most of the kits out there as well. So excited to see that. Should be more light output overall. The actual housings are extremely sturdy, very, very impressive. So I believe they are metal, and they certainly feel that way. They're nice and rigid. And then they come with your standard pad that goes in. You feed the male and female through here, and then you just daisy chain them along. And then you have your extensions as well, so that you can run it from one light to the next to the next. So looks like it's going to be a very easy kit to install. The instructions are right there. All right, so very quickly, I just want to make a quick note really about what we're going on here. So I obviously have the HEIGH10, and in order to connect the Enlight10 to the HEIGH10, you're going to need a couple of different adapters. Now, if you don't have the HEIGH10, you really don't need any of this. You're going to get your Bluetooth control module, which is right here, and you're good to go. You can control it through your phone. It includes a remote control right here, and that's all you need. However, in my case, I have the HEIGH10, and I very specifically got the 12-pod Enlight10 and the 2 4-foot Enlight10 whip lights so that I can control those through my head unit. So this is what you're going to need in order to pull that off. And these are sold separately, so just be aware, because obviously not everybody has a HEIGH10. They just want whip lights or rock lights, so that's fine. First thing that you're going to need, one of these. This is the SEXXMY ADP. I'll put this in the description, but this is a Y adapter, and this allows me to connect 2 of these guys, one for my whip light, one for my rock lights, into one. So it's the Y adapter. This then plugs into this, which is the SEXXM HAR. And this is the harness that you need to actually control your lights through your head unit and not your phone, which is pretty trick. So rock lights, whip lights, fully integrated, but you need these two in order to pull that off. And then the last thing I want to go ahead and point out is if you're not so great at wiring, that's okay. Included with both my whip lights and my rock lights had the cigarette light adapter. It's got a nice little plug. These two fit perfectly into this one. So if you just want to power it through your cigarette lighter, it's got a little power switch on and off. You can do that as well. In my case, I have a Switch Pro, so I'm going to be wiring directly to this, to each one of these, excuse me. And then the HEIGH10 adapter, which this is, will plug into the Y connector, and the Y connector will plug into this. And this will plug into the HEIGH10 head unit, and then I can control my lights, everything through there. So just a quick note that if you're going to do the same thing I'm doing, you need one of them dudes, one of these dudes. It comes with that dude, and you're going to get one of those as well. So if you're going to run multiple Enlight10s, you're definitely going to want the Y adapter. If you plan to run your lights strictly through your head unit, you're definitely going to need this guy as well. And that way it'll open the controls up for you. So just something to consider when you're making your purchase. You do need to get those. They're not expensive. But again, not everybody has a Stinger HEIGH10 radio, so it doesn't make sense. In fact, I'm sure the majority of people at this point don't. Or you guys don't realize that the Enlight10 and the HEIGH10 interact and you can control everything. So just keep that in mind when making your purchase. Okay, so we got all of our harnesses set up. So just so you guys are aware, this is the wiring diagram that it comes with. This is your normal, this is what everybody pretty much does. This one uses a relay, this one uses an inline fuse. So if you don't have the HEIGH10 radio, you got something else, this is the one you follow. Very simple and easy to operate. In my case, I have the Enlighten, and they include the diagram so I can see exactly where I'm plugging into the unit. And then you can see the one that I was showing you earlier, that SEXX, anyways, it'll be in the description. It's right here. So it shows you where to plug it in the back, and then it shows you the connection here. You know, again, in my case, I have multiple units, so here they are. I have them all put together. They are connected to the Y connector that we covered just a couple minutes ago, and then connected to this, which is going to plug into the back of the HEIGH10 radio. So this is what it looks like if you're going to run multiple devices, which I am. So, you know, all of this is set here, and then they even go into telling you you will have to open the app even if you're going through the HEIGH10 head unit to adjust the pixel count per unit, just to make sure that it's programmed correctly. So they cover all of that for you actually right here. So you can see, for instance, in my case, I have the 8 light rock kit plus the add-on, so 12 in total. So it tells me to set it to 32 plus 16, 48. And when I go to add the whip lights, then we're gonna go ahead here, and there's 108 pixels. I'll set it for 108, and I run 2 whip lights, so it's not 216, it still says at 108. Now, just a heads up, that's what you're looking at. All right, the last thing I wanna show you guys before we really start here, and this is my truck, I haven't really hid the wires yet, I'm getting ready for SEMA. Orientation of the lights is important, and as I pointed out here, there's actually 2 sets. So in this one, it shoots left and it shoots right. I put it dead center to the tire so that these lights shoot this way and this way. So I want it going lengthwise because that's where it's at on the vehicle. If I were to flip it around, I'd be highlighting my suspension and the ground right here. I didn't want to do that in my case. So, and do keep your orientation in mind when you're doing that. And then likewise with the front, I went ahead, and as you can see, I made it so that it runs the length of the truck this way, rather than if I pointed it the other way, it'd be basically shining at my alignment tabs, which is no good. So just keep that in mind, the orientation when you're installing these. It does matter. It's obviously going to shoot light a long way if you put it in a certain direction and a short way the other. So, and you'll see all that when we show you guys the demonstration real soon. Okay guys, so we are at SEMA Fest now. It's a little early. There's Dakota in the background. As you can see, I got the whip lights up there too. We'll cover those in another video. Right now, a little dead. Not a lot of people. It's early in the daytime. One thing that I do need to do though is we're gonna have to go ahead and show you guys on your radio what to hit in order to activate the Enlight10 series of lights so that you can actually control it through your head unit. So we're going to walk you through that right now. All right, now we got the stinger thing showing, the little welcome screen. All right, now when you go through this, you're going to go, where in the world do I do this? So this is what you do. Click on settings, go to system settings, go to installer settings, click enter. The code is 0052. Should be the same on yours. If not, reference your owner's manual, but there we go. Now you're going to have all of these, FM tuning, yada, yada, yada. Right here, that's the one you want. RGB light control. Click it on, and then hit back, and back. And now, when we go to our menu, there it is. RGB light control, Enlight10. That's what you need in order to control any of your Enlight10 accessories on your HEIGH10 radio. Okay, so there you have it. That is how the Enlight10 integrates with the HEIGH10. So basically the install is super simple. Daisy chained together, ran one to the other, didn't have to splice anything, minimal hiding of wires. I didn't have, kind of a Chinese finger cuffs where it's crisscrossing across and it just looks like a big old trap, a rat's nest. I was literally able to start at the one side of the bumper, run it all the way to the bumper, and then started at the front bumper on the passenger side, ran it all the way back to the rear bumper. And that's kind of important because as those daisies chain together, the chase patterns and all that other fun jazz that really just make this stand out, which we're about to show you, really depends on that. So you really don't want to do anything like crazy and skip. You want to run them along the chain so that the patterns follow and flow like they should. And honestly, the patterns are amazing. So let's go ahead and show you those now.